Thank you so much for being here today to celebrate. It is wonderful to see so many faces ready to enjoy and explore nature play over here. Who's excited to be here? There we go. I'm Jolan Clark, and I have the best job in the world because I get to be the director of Denver Parks and Recreation. But before we dive into our festivities here, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the significance of the land on which we stand. We recognize that this land has been home to many generations before us, and we honor their legacy and the natural beauty that enriches our lives. And so we thank the Denver City Council and the Denver American Indian Commission for creating this land acknowledgement and allowing us to use it today. Denver Parks and Recreation honors and acknowledges that the land on which we reside is the traditional territory of the Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho peoples. We also recognize the 48 contemporary tribal nations that are historically tied to the lands that make up the state of Colorado. We honor elders past, present, and future, and those who have stewarded this land throughout generations. We also recognize that government, academic, and cultural institutions were founded upon and continue to enact exclusions and erasures of Indigenous peoples. May this acknowledgement demonstrate a commitment to working to dismantle the ongoing legacies of oppression and inequity and recognize the current and future contributions of Indigenous communities in Denver. Let us continue to be good stewards of the land and continue to honor our past, today, and into the future. This beautiful park that we're at, City Park, with its sprawling 300 acres, is more than just a green space. It's a cherished part of our community and a landmark in our city. It's home to some of Denver's most beloved attractions, including the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. And over the years, our organizations have worked together in the spirit of collaboration, creating opportunities that blend recreation with education. This brand new play area is just another testament to that partnership, and we absolutely could not have done that with our amazing partners here at the museum, and also without the community. If you haven't yet got to see some of the things pinned up on this wall, these were some of the designs that kids came up with, and really look closely at the names that kids came up for their play areas as they were helping contribute to the design. Community, since the beginning, this has been a community-driven project. What you're seeing here today is a reflection of thousands of voices collected over years of engagement with our neighbors. This is what happens when our community comes together with a shared vision and a love of nature. Denver Parks and Recreation knows that nature is what connects us all. It's why we launched our It's in Denver's Nature campaign to transform landscapes in our city to reflect our native plants and grasses, to conserve water, our most precious resource, and to protect our habitats for years to come. And it's why today we are proud to unveil the City Park Nature Play Experience, a first of its kind park in Denver. Every element of the playground has been thoughtfully designed with nature, exploration, and learning at its core. The museum already does a fantastic job at providing educational programming for our young people, and now that learning has an amazing space to extend beyond their walls and into the park. As you can see, Nature Play doesn't look like other playgrounds across our city. This experience is not just about fun, it's about creating a space where children can engage with nature and their surroundings in a meaningful way, and they're going to be learning even if they don't realize that they're learning while they're playing out there. Every detail, from the structures to the interactive elements, has been crafted with the intention of fostering curiosity and that sense of wonder. This is so much more than just a playground. It's a reminder that you don't need to go far to discover the natural world. We can find it right here in our city. Denver's nature is unique, and so are our parks. We brought, as you explore down here, a piece of the mountains, the alpine tundra, the grasslands, the rivers, and all the animals that call these habitats home right here to City Park so that we can experience all of that Colorado has to offer right here. It's a tangible way for children and families to experience the beauty of Denver's natural landscapes and to understand what makes our environment so special. So we hope that this space will have a lasting impact on generations of children who see the limitless possibilities when we open our eyes to the nature around us. I encourage everyone to take time to explore Nature Play, see firsthand how it blends play and learning in such a beautiful way, take all of the little paths that you can find through there, And finally, I want to thank everyone who had a hand in making this possible. And there were so many people. I'm not going to get to every single one of them, but I want everybody. We have a ton of Parks and Recreation employees here who worked on this. If you could raise your hand and wave and say hi. We have the most amazing team. Yeah, give it up for our team. We have just the most amazing team all across, from our operations to our planners to our communication folks who all worked to make this happen. I'm going to give a couple of shout outs to Shelby and Heather, who are our project managers on this one. Let's give it up for them. I also have Gordon Robertson, who's our Director of Parks Planning, Design, and Construction, and Scott Gilmore, who is our Deputy Director in charge of Parks, are here today. And Adam Smith, who is in charge of, he's Superintendent of Operations, who will make sure that this place gets taken care of. So give it up for Adam and our operations team. I also want to give a shout out. We have one of our, at least one of our Parks and Recreation board members here. Marlene, if you could raise a hand. Thank you for everything that you do for us on our Parks and Recreation board. And we also have my predecessor, the Executive Director of Parks and Recreation for a long time, and has just been an absolute, just a civil servant to this city in so many different ways. Happy Haynes, where are you? Give it up for Happy Haynes. We love you, and I know this project was particularly special for Happy, given her history with this park. This park is a special place, and so happy. So we are so happy to have you here today. Thank you for being here. All right. So thank you to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science for all of their work with community engagement and making this happen, especially to Jackie, who's over here, who you'll hear from in a minute. And the amazing leader, CEO of the museum, George Sparks. I'm going to hand it over to George to give the next remarks. So give it up, a warm round for George Sparks.
Thanks, Joel. Yeah. So welcome everybody. This is a pretty cool day. You only get to do this about every 5 or 6 years. So it really means a lot to all of us here. We're happy everybody's here to be able to celebrate the opening of Nature Play. My grandchildren are showing up tonight at 5 o'clock to go through this, which I find particularly meaningful. I'd like to echo Jolin's comments about the partnership between Parks and Rec and the museum. And again, I want to thank Happy. Let's give her another round of applause here, because this would not have happened without her. She is the paragon of civic engagement, community service, and her entire family is just admirable. So thank you, Happy, for what you've done here. From the very beginning, this has been all about community. The community was involved in the design of it. Denver and Colorado, we love nature. We are nature. We're not on the outside looking in. We are nature. And I think this concept right from the very beginning was about how do we reflect nature for the community and create this sense of belonging that people expect from the museum. Our new strategic plan has the strategic intent that we create belonging and hope through nature and science. And I think Nature Play is a perfect manifestation of that strategic intent. So this wouldn't have happened without the funding from the citizens of Denver, Denver Parks and Rec, and donors to this project. So if you're a donor to this, I'd like you to raise your hand, because nothing happens without our donors. Let's give our donors a hand here. And then finally, I want to turn it over to the real leader of all of this. And as everybody knows, every project has to have a leader. Every team has to have a leader. You have to have somebody that carries you through the tough times, which always are there. And there's one person that's been accountable for this right from the very beginning. And I'd like you to help me welcome Jacqueline Altrider, the leader of this project here.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jacqueline. I'm the Director of Strategic Planning for the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. It's been a huge honor to have the opportunity to lead Nature Play since it was just a dream more than 6 years ago. And Nature Play as it stands now is the dream come to life for thousands of people of all ages across many, many communities throughout Colorado. We did years of community engagement, some of which you see here. These illustrations What's really fun about these illustrations is that some of the kids that drew these when they were this big are back here right now. And I just want to say thank you to the kids at WorldMind for all of your engagement. Thank you to all the kids that are here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate how you've stuck with us. I promise that I left the grumpy trolls and fairies. Okay? And I really appreciate you telling me what was actually going on in the Box Canyon. I didn't realize that was what was happening, but I would love for you to tell me today how many more grumpy trolls, fairies, elves, and footprints you see throughout the space. So come see me later after you've explored. I'm looking forward to seeing what you think. The museum isn't new to recreating environments that reflect the rich diversity of the ecosystems throughout Colorado. The museum's halls reflect this every day, the serenity that you find there, the serendipity you find there. What took hundreds of people to do was to open the doors of the museum and pour that recreation out into the park as living, immersive diorama landscapes that you can interact with. And I'm grateful to everyone who's worked on this project, which is many of you. I'm looking around at all the faces of many of you. And so without naming tons of names, I just want to say thank you to a few of the organizations that have hundreds of people working behind this. Thank you to Dig Studio. I see y'all over there. Yay, thank you. Thanks for creating a design that integrated these thousands of voices into a cohesive space that provides opportunities for respite and play for people of all ages and abilities. I appreciate the incredible team of experts you pulled together, including the folks at AE Design. I know you're here. Biohabitats, Bean and Stock Natural Play, Colorado Hardscapes, Earthscapes, and Moeller Engineering. Thanks to the Cumming Group. I see you back there. You provided so much representation for our owners team and got us through all those sticky points that George was talking about. You are experts in facilitating continuing conversations and partnership, and I really appreciate your project management and owner representation for parks and the museum through this. So in addition to respite, play, and that waterway that we can hear from here running through there, there is artistry sprinkled like confetti throughout this project. Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. From the wooden sculptural seating that is created by Chainsaw Mama, Faye Bratton. Raise your hand. It's phenomenal. To the dynamic metal and ceramic sculptural work of Gregory Fields. The art within Nature Play celebrates and embraces our connections to nature, encouraging moments of delightful discovery. Thank you to the team at Denver Arts and Venues. I see you out there. I see you earlier. You did a phenomenal job of pulling together a large community panel and administering the 1% for Arts program that provided the public art that Gregory has made for Nature Play. And to the incredible construction team at ECI. ECI Site Construction Management, thank you so much for leading us. Thank you for leading us through a construction project that delivered the design intent while also keeping us ahead of schedule and on budget and in good humor all at the same time. Y'all are amazing. Whoop, whoop. We appreciate your communication, dedication, and commitment to the community and the overall vision for Nature Play throughout the construction process, for all the heavy lifting and the detailed grouting. We're grateful. We're grateful to you and all the teams who you called on to support this effort, including the incredible crew at Western States, Territories Unlimited, and the Art of Concrete that made so much magic happen in this space. And I'm going to just do a shout out to a couple of key players on the museum's team. Peggy Day, thanks for launching us. Thank you so much. Megan Fisher, thank you for continuing to fundraise for us throughout this project in the early days when it was hard won. Thank you to Emily Tucker. You have been such an important touchstone, and I could not have even begun to get to this place without your support. And Kenneth, thank you, Kenneth Worley, for your project engineering and project management expertise, and also your good humor too. Thank you. And thank you all for being here today. Thanks for investing your time, your energy, your ideas, and your capital to create Nature Play. It's amazing. Give your all selves a round of applause. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. As a free and accessible resource for all who visit City Park, we hope that Nature Play inspires and empowers a community that loves, understands, and protects our natural world. And now, let's get ready for the ribbon cutting. I'm going to have all the kids, George, Jolyn, Happy, please come up here. So World Mind team, come on up. Yep, Sienna, come on up. Oh, Susan McIntyre, are you here? Come on up. The ribbon tape is made of seed tape. So after we cut the ribbon, please grab a piece. It's bee pollinating seed tape. All right.
Hands on it. Can't go. Ah! All right, open it up.